Hello and welcome to Never a Foul. Some men are hurting. Man United fans, I see them hurting everywhere. And Arsenal fans, they are not silent. They are on the march for 100 points in the first time in their club history. You know, like I heard this yesterday. This is going to be the highest point tally for this Arsenal team. But we're here to review all the game. It's your weekly chronicle. It is Monday, 9 games played, 1 game left. It is the Fulham Spurs. But Spurs are irrelevant because Man United, they were in a title race. But now they're just fighting for top 4 or something. But I'm here with Cass. And he was pissed. If you haven't watched his reaction yesterday, you have to go and watch that. It was priceless. It was a little bit reasonable, but also he was fuming. Cass, how are you this morning? Is it still hurting though?
That's all you have to do, innit? Is a bit of that. I don't even know what to say, man. I hate Arsenal, man. I can't stand them. I hate them with a passion. I feel like that Chelsea fan with that angry Indian fella, you know. But look, man, they struggled when we had no Casemiro, innit? So it's all good, man. Finally, they still nearly lost the game. It's cool, man. It is what it is. The better team won, regardless. They deserve to go and win the league, man. Priceless stuff, man. As long as City can't get their three-peat and try to catch up the Fergie stuff, you know, I don't mind, man. So it's like the fans might be insufferable, but, you know, next season. We'll see how good everyone is because I think my club will absolutely challenge for every trophy going next season. Don't need to wait 3.5 years just to challenge. Not my club. Not my club.
I've never seen United fans, Cass, like content with a loss. You're trying to find the positives. You're trying to, we lost against the best team in the country, 3-2 at the death. But were you good enough? I know we'll talk about it. I know we'll talk about the game.
Oh, man. It's just like, we can talk about that in a sec, but it's just like, what do you want me to do? You want me to be down in the dumps and negative on a Monday morning?
No, I want you to be like Ten Hag. Your manager said after the game, it's not good enough. He's only there to win. That's a top manager, though. That's a top manager coming after the game, not being positive and shit.
I can't be mad because I'm seeing Scott McTominay more than likely going to leave my club in the summer to Newcastle. So good on them for taking him. And then I'm seeing Harry Kane wants to renew a new contract. That just means all ahead for Osimhen from Napoli, man. Go get that guy. I don't want no one else. No other striker. I just want him. Give me that absolute unit or Vlahovic. But then again, I think Osimhen is better than Vlahovic. So we need a statement sign in the summer, statement striker, statement centre mid, man. It's going to get techie, man. It's going to get techie. We'll see anyways, man. It's all to play for. Yeah. You know, it's all to play for.
Yeah, let me see who's in the comments right away. We'll see who's with us today. Big up everybody. Olu yesterday in the call-in show with Cass and Ty, he had his say. He came for Cass and he came with me on the watch-along. But Olu, big up my friend. Ed is here as well. D1 is here. He showed up. He didn't show up, D1. I know, D1, you disappeared kind of after you lost the derby. And then now you're showing up again, D1. Static is here with us. Social joins Mo. Get on him. PG Vankit is here with us. So there's a lot of comments coming on, but let me first introduce our guest today. We're not just going to be me and Cass talking. We're going to have a Liverpool fan. They are in the mud. They are 9th in this league. Brentford is above them.
Joint 9th. Let's give them a little bit.
Joint 9th. But it's just in a heartbeat. Hey, G is here with us. Hey, man, welcome to the stream. Welcome to being with us. Absolutely. Guys. Glad to have you here. How are you feeling? Are you like one of these Liverpool? Just a question. Are you one of these Liverpool fans that are looking at Man United and making fun of them while your club is at 9th?
I can still make fun of Manchester United. At the end of the day, they lost this weekend, you know, in a game that they probably thought they were going to win. But I can't rub it in, man. As you said, we're, Kaz rightly so, we're joint 9th in the league, so there's not really much to really shout about. But in the miserable season, at least if I can take a bit of pride from other my rivals' kind of losses every now and again, why not, man? We're in the mud as it is, as you said. So it's one of them ones, nothing too much to shout about.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start with Man United and Arsenal, and I'm gonna get your thoughts, G, about it. But Cass, yesterday I saw some players that are not, to be honest, they're not good enough. Scott McTominay, you want to call him that, not good enough. But the one that stood out for me, and I didn't hear one. Okay, I heard one Man United fan on Twitter call him out. Anthony yesterday, not helping.
There was nothing wrong with Anthony
That's what you
yesterday.
think. That's what you think.
Anthony completed the most successful dribbles in the first half. How about that then?
But dribbling for no reason, dribbling
nowhere,
passing the ball.
No, he beat Zinchenko 3 times.
And what did he do? Created a corner.
What do you mean? It was a poor cross. Don't get me wrong, but it's not that. It's as soon as we took Anthony off, it's evident, yeah. And I'm not saying that it's like we can always talk about my man's price tag. Let's forget about that.
I really not talking about the price tag. I'm not talking about the price tag.
Let's talk about the fundamentals of the game of playing just normal football, bro. You track your man.
He didn't.
And you do your job sometimes. Yes, he did. There was
only
only one goal that he didn't. What?
He was lazy yesterday.
No, he wasn't.
In defense, he was lazy.
Go look at this. He was one of the most players that tracked that.
I'm believing my eyes.
So if you go look at through records and that, yeah, when we compressed them into the middle, they lost the ball. They were actually misplacing passes. That's because the front three were working well at the time.
You know what Arsenal fans are doing
in the second half.
What Liverpool fans are doing.
No. In the second half, when it went a little bit bandy. In the second half, it went a little bit bandy, yeah. And then he took him off of Bruno, and that's when it shit collapsed. Just like against Liverpool, in Crystal Palace. No one sees this shit. You take him off, Bruno on the right, ruined it. He came off because he was knackered. He was tracking, and obviously, rightfully so. If a team's gonna have most of the ball, Mo, what are you gonna do? You're gonna get tired, bro. It is what it is. You're not gonna come.
I thought he didn't track back the goals.
I thought we showed Arsenal too much respect.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, they were good, but they weren't that good. Like Luke Shaw in the first half, he was fine, and then started backing off a little bit in the second half, and then Saka got the better of him. I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna give you a stat, Cass.
We did not need. I'm just saying, we did not need to play. I'm not joking. We did not need to play a deep line against that performance of an Arsenal team.
Whose fault is that? Do you know Arsenal got 46 touches in the box first half? How bad is that from Man United side? You're defending inside your box. You had 20 shots for them blocked. That's not good enough. That's not the United that defended against City.
That's what happens. I think we showed them too much respect, and I think Ten Hag just didn't trust the midfield to really take control of that midfield, innit? No Casemiro, bro. That's a key piece, man. That is a very key piece. But Arsenal were moving it way more better in the second half. We couldn't keep up. It made us obviously retreat back to our box, and I think we could have been a lot more brave. I'll be honest. Like, I get it. We stayed out wide. The first half game plan was good, but we gave Arsenal their goals, bro. Tell me where we didn't give them their goals. We gave them their first goal. They gave us our kind of goal, but they misplaced the pass. Stupidly, from a flipping corner that obviously De Gea decided to kick out to Wan-Bissaka, led from there. Their second goal, man. Clear the ball better, bruv. Like, what are you doing? Saka gets it then, comes inside. Ericsson, put a fucking foot in. It's easy. They're avoidable goals. The third goal is like, bro, like, that's where mentality comes into it. Concentration. Like, you want them to see out for a point. Done it against Palace as well, giving us stupid free kicks. You know, you put Bruno on the right. So, in the end, we lost that down to, obviously, talent alone or ability alone. And Ten Hag's substitutions went wrong again.
I thought they were gonna score anyway because that.
I didn't think so, man.
Look, I'm gonna ask G about this. How many times did you watch the game, G? Right?
Yeah.
How many times Saka went on Ericsson, not Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw was taking him inside the 18, which is fine. But how many times Arteta told Saka to tuck inside to go in Ericsson, and the overlap, tactically, the overlap that Tomiyasu did and took Luke Shaw out of the game, that happened 3 times or 4 times in that game where Saka went on, and we know that Ericsson is not the best defender. That's tactically superior, to be honest. And again, no Casemiro, he used that.
I'd say it's what I said to Kaz when I was talking on the Big Six in regards to Saka. You know what he's gonna do. As you said, to be fair, it was kind of an avoidable goal because the reality is, forget even if it wasn't Ericsson, if it was anybody in there, put in a challenge. But at the same time, you know what he's going to do. You know he wants to cut inside. You know there's going to be a run on the outside. He's been doing it all game. Do you get? I mean, yes, every now and again he might take it on his right, but the reality is he wants to take it in on his left and come inside. You guys weren't really stopping that, and if you don't stop it at some point in time, he's going to put a shot in at goal, and he's good enough to get that on target. So yes, it was avoidable, but I agree kind of with Kaz though, in a sense where you could have actually walked away with a draw, and you might have even nicked a win. Like, I don't think Arsenal were like excellent. Like, they didn't play you off the park and all of that kind of stuff. It wasn't one of those kind of performances. But at the end of the day, you're right. Mentality comes into it at the end. They're at home. The crowd is on them. The crowd's obviously going to back them as much as possible. They use that to their advantage. And I do think Manchester United, there was a period in the game towards the end where you guys were starting to just shrink. I could see it in the performance. You were just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And if it wasn't that kind of goal that Eddie scored, it would have been something else, because it's like you had no belief. It was like you almost all just said to yourselves, yeah, we can walk away with a point, which is obviously calm to come to the Emirates and obviously get a point. But I also felt like if you just had a bit more belief, man, that the game was there for the taking for any of you to have that win. But ultimately, Arsenal got that.
Arsenal, they were the better team. I thought they were gonna grab. They were closer to the win. Listen, you can't just have that many shots and the other team defending too deep. Like Spurs played Arsenal the first game, and they were defending too deep. That gave Partey the chance to score the wonder goal the first game for them. And I think, to be honest, that Arsenal deserved the win. I thought Man United would be better. Of course, Rashford, absolute genius. Individual brilliance with that nutmeg on Partey, and the goal absolutely phenomenal. And the other goal that the United scored, a mistake. You can say that avoidable goals for Arsenal. However, I think they were planned. You know what I mean? The cross and Ketia coming from far post. Yes, Wan-Bissaka lost him, but that happens in a game.
We were fine. We were fine until the 70th minute. We were fine. Like,
You were
honestly,
okay.
there
You were
were
okay,
deficiencies, but up until that 45th minute, we were fine. Like, honestly, the way he was doing stuff, Weghorst closing that, like, he did not stop running, and he kept nicking the ball.
I loved him, Cass.
I think his pressing is top notch. I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world, but for a number two,
Cass, how many times he laid off to other people? It was good.
Yeah, for a number two, he was good, and I get it. Like, people don't like because he's slow, he don't look good on the eye, kind of thing. But he done his job, man.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it was suited to this sort of game, but in the first, I was thinking, cool. In the second half, I was like, okay, now maybe it's time to dig deep. Take off Ericsson, put on Fred. Just do the McFred thing, man. And then take off your Weghorst. Put Rashford up front, put Garnacho on. Do not take Anthony off for shit. Because he's nullifying Zinchenko. Because how many times did you see Zinchenko get past Martinelli? Like, on a course of run of play. Not from a corner and trying to get back into shape. On a run of play. He kept him nullified. And as soon as he came off, Bruno could not keep up with Zinchenko. It was a like for like. Zinchenko's faster than him, or nippier than him, so he can get around him quick.
So what change would you have done in that moment instead of obviously taking off Anthony?
So as soon as I see Saka, for me, I would have saw Saka. I was thinking, bro, put Fred on him now. Odegaard is not really, like, he's there and he's not there, but Saka clearly is the talisman of that team right now, and he's trying to take it by the scruff. I would have taken off Ericsson in the 60th minute, and that goal would never even happen, man. Like, honestly, I was like, put Fred on now. Like, we need him now, today. Yeah, and then put Garnacho on, just because it will make Tomiyasu think twice again. Because Rashford will rip both their fullbacks up. That's why Ben White had to come off. So I'm thinking, put Garnacho on. He can track. He's fast. He can keep up with the Tomiyasus of the world. I'm not being funny. Be positive. And then when you want to run, you got fresh legs. In Fred and that. Keep your shape and see what you can grab. Honestly, that's what I would have thought. Straight after that Martinez equalizer, maybe then, I would have been like, yeah, let's do the changes now. Not take off. He wanted Bruno so he can kind of keep it nippy and tight inside. Didn't work, man. Didn't work against Palace. So against Palace, he done the same thing. Took off Anthony, what Bruno on the right. And then Mitchell took advantage of that. Elise took advantage of that. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't know, man. It's this Bruno gimmick. Clearly, Ten Hag just doesn't trust.
Olo agrees with Olo. Thanks for the super chat. Olo said both United goals came from mistakes. I absolutely agree with Olo here. He's like they really came from mistakes, to be honest. But it is what it is. This game, does that rule you out of the title race? Of course, that's what I think. Do you guys agree? Of course, right? Arsenal are not going to drop that many points. Arsenal are
You know
not
what?
gonna
I say
drop
that,
12
yeah, but
points.
I say that now, yeah. But Man City fans always saying, "Watch out, yeah," and they're gonna have to play them twice and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. But then if Man City have to play Arsenal twice, then you're giving a little bit of room for Man United to still run. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
True.
like, so if you want to talk about mathematics and everything, I'm not saying we are in the title race. I'll shamelessly say it. Mathematically, of course, we still are. But when you got to play Man City twice, someone's dropping points. And if Man City do nick the points of Arsenal and Man United keep winning, then you suddenly you're at 2 points behind. All of a sudden, you know. So we got most games out of the way. I'm not being funny. I'm not scared to go to Liverpool at Anfield and go get points there. I saw that Chelsea before. I'm saying I'm trying to take that. I'm trying to take all 3 points at that ground. That ground looks like shit. You know, Chelsea still get to come here. We still got to go to Tottenham, which I'm not scared of that toilet bowl. And we're done with the top 6 stuff. And obviously, St James's Park is St James's Park. We'll see what happens there. But it's like these little things you can add up and think, and obviously be hopeful. Is it going to happen? Not really. Man United will still drop points to the course at the end of the season. Everyone will, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. So,
Do you have enough when you look at the
Nah.
team and so
Well-
you think you guys need to obviously still dip into the transfer market this window just to kind of get you to that edge where you are saying, forget title chat, because I don't think you're there, but obviously things can happen mathematically. But even just for that top 4 to be able to solidify it, do you have enough where if you picked up an injury, it kind of looks like, oh, okay, so who comes in now?
yeah,
Especially
but
the forward area.
I can kind of say the same thing for Arsenal. Party gets injured, who's known to be injury prone, then what? You know,
True.
we can always talk about that. You take away Rodri at Man City, Calvin Phillips can't really do that role. Gundogan is not really
But
special this
Partey
year.
was not
Is
their best player yesterday, Cass.
he? Wasn't.
Partey
He
was
wasn't.
actually one of their worst players. He
very true.
mispassed a lot of passes yesterday.
Yeah, but it's
he was one of their
like
worst.
for me, Party is probably up there right now as the top 2, if not 1, best DMs at the moment, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Currently on form, but it's like regardless of that, Thomas Partey wasn't that good, but he done enough. You know what I mean? You're gonna have them games. You're not good, but have you done enough? He done enough.
Yes.
You know, you get what I mean? Like he sprinted fast to get back to Anthony. Anthony was on a break. He sprinted like it was, oh my word. Like my man was doing 100-meter sprint with Usain Bolt to get back to that. And I'm thinking, bro, fair play. Fair play. That's enough. That's what you call enough in a game. That changes one moment that can change the whole course. And that's what happened, man. So we can say if buts and maybes, like, yeah, everyone's dealing with injuries at the moment. So I can't say, yeah, if we didn't have this injury, we have Martial maybe on the pitch fit for the last how long? I can't stay fit for shit. You know, if Casemiro obviously is not there, Delo, another different kind of option, might have taken the game a bit further up the pitch. You know, this like there's always these if buts or maybes, man. But you know,
apart from this, we got 125 people and we're not even on 100 likes. People hit that like button for us. Show some respect for Man United from yesterday and show some respect for Arsenal that are on course to 100. I can't believe that I'm saying that, on course to 100 points. Let's talk about Arsenal a little bit, guys. Can they make 100? Can they do 100 points? Are they on course? Who says no?
You can't say no. It's hard to say no. Look what they're doing. Obviously, in this first half of the season, will they? I don't know, man. I don't think they would, because they've still got a couple of games where I think they're going to drop points this season anyway, between now and the end. So I don't feel like they'll hit that 100, but they could run it close. I don't see this being a season where they run away with the league in terms of with that many games to go. I feel like if Man City continue doing what Man City do and have been doing over the last 5-6 seasons, I still feel like it will come down to the last couple of games if they can obviously beat them, you know, in the next fixture that they've got.
Yeah. But I still see Arsenal winning against Man City, to be honest. I'm not sure people are saying it's still this Arsenal team, what I saw yesterday, they still can win against Man City. Are Man City the same monster that we saw in the last years? Yes, Haaland with the Hattrick, we're gonna come to that, but I still see this Arsenal team is the most organized team in the league. To be honest, it's the most organized team in the league. This is what I think.
Remember, second half of the season, I think I feel like people forget City are one of them teams that in the second half of the season, you don't want that problem. You really don't want that problem. Like when it gets to them, when we get after January transfer window, that is an issue for every single individual in the Premier League, because that's when they usually go on these crazy runs. I'm not saying that we haven't seen would I say dominant City? But let's be honest, everyone's saying, you know, this isn't the best City. Is this unbeatable City? Guys, they're 5 points off the top of the table. And this is supposed to be a side that's fallen off this season. If this is what you call a fall off, Lord have mercy when they do come back then, because, you know, it's incredible the kind of level then they have been setting. And if this is them at, you know, not even at their best, with a player who's also got, what, 20, however many goals this season in the Premier League, yo, we need to be worried then if they do actually kick it into gear, because then no one can catch them. They will overtake Arsenal with ease if that is the case. So I'm not sleeping on Manchester City just yet. My team's been in enough title races with them. I know what it's like when you're in front and, you know, you think to yourself, yeah, we've got enough games. City know how to hunt you down. They are experienced at this. Their manager is a veteran at this. So if I'm being honest, I would still say give it some time, but Arsenal are in the driving seat. You can't sleep on that at all.
Yeah, I'm not trying to tell you as well, like, you know, like, oh, Cash, you was humbled, you was giving it this, United stand, you was saying Arsenal, you're next. Bro, I'll do it again, bro. Like, I'm going to do it next time as well. And the next time, and the next time, and the fucking damn next time. Sorry for swearing, you know what I mean? Like, it don't matter what it is. So, anyone that wants to come for me, I don't mind. I can take it, man. You clearly see I can get mad. You can clearly see I'm going to jump on. You can clearly see that I'm not going to hide from no one. And I'll still come on and ban at you, man. How about that?
Let's talk about
That's what
Liverpool and Chelsea then. Before we go to City, let's talk about Liverpool and Chelsea. Listen.
No, you know what? But before anyone thinks I'm sorry, well done, Arteta. Well done, Arsenal. You know, and you know, like, fair play. The title's yours to lose now, Arsenal fans. Now, don't bottle this, because if you do, you go down as the biggest bottle job since Tottenham, bruv.
You always wanted to do this. He really wanted to do that. He wanted to say that Arsenal, if you don't win the league, you're butlers. He wants to put pressure on him. The pressure.
Nah, but they don't need
pressure
to
is
go.
on.
Yo, they're mentality monsters this year. You got nothing to worry about, innit? Because it's all they ever talk about now. It's the mentality, bro. No, you just play some good football, bro. It's not every game mentality, you know. Like, sometimes it's you just play good, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my team's full of ballers. But I can tell you now, 5 of them are hotheads. They ain't got mentality, but they're just sick at ball. That's it.
Yeah, what's going on, people? 150 people here and not even 100 likes. Get these likes up to 100 right now. So respect the stream, respect the games, respect Cass and G, and just do it. Support the channel.
And disrespect Mo at all times.
Always.
Because who actually has a picture of themselves in their background on the wall, man?
Huh?
I can see you're in the Milan photo. Innit?
I have a picture of myself in the stadium, and I'm proud of that day, man.
How vain can you be? How vain can you be?
Anyway, are we ready to talk about the two clubs that are
the shittico?
I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see the light.
Now I know how. Now you know what. Now I know how, you know, Manchester United and, you know, all these other teams felt last season. But let's go.
But hold on. You were in that era for years and years and years and years.
Mo, we can only talk. Mo, we can only talk about recent. Mo, we can only talk about. I'm not here to talk about 1995. I'm here to talk about today, man. I'm here to talk about today. That's all in the pot.
How about today then? How about the shittiest game of the season that was played a couple of days ago? Absolutely abysmal. I'm like, it was like, how can two teams be that bad with these players? I'm sorry.
You got to realize, I can't speak for Chelsea because I don't really know too much in regards to them. When it comes to Liverpool, look yourself. We are behind the scenes. It's a mess. On the pitch, it's a mess. Like, everything about the football club at this current moment in time is just a mess. Like, there's nothing really positive going on. There's injuries, but I don't like using the excuse of injuries because I feel we have strong enough teams to go out there and win most games that we do play. Against Chelsea, I felt like Klopp was trying to do something. He's so extremist. He's either too loyal or he just goes completely left. You know, in other cases, like, you've got Harvey Elliott, played a good game against Wolves on the right-hand side. He's a right winger, you know, by trade. You put him out on the left. Why? Like, what was even the thinking to put Gakpo out there? Gakpo, as I said on the Big Six last night, I look at him the same way I look at Anthony, is what do you bring here to the team? Like, what is it you do that makes everyone think, okay, yeah, that's the guy that we need to have in the team? Maybe as a good squad option, I don't mind.
What are you on about? Like, Gakpo has not even made his debut yet, bro.
Bro, he's played 4 games already now. That's
Oh,
his
he
fourth
has. He
game.
ain't even made his debut, bro. Like,
Bro, that's 4 games, bro. It's 4 games.
I haven't seen him personally. Like, I thought they just announced him.
Do you want honesty, G? The 2 lineups that started the game,
Hmm.
I was on Twitter and I saw a lot of people talk about this. The 2 lineups, they are not good enough for Liverpool and Chelsea. They are basically a mid-table teams lineups. Your Gomez,
Nah.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
let me finish the
no,
names. Some names are
Go
very
on.
good. Some names are very good.
Go on.
Salah, but his performance is shit. Keita, not great. Milner, 38 years old, done. Should be done. Gomez has been in decline in the last 2 years. Okay, Bijicic, a kid that can be on loan in some championship team. Yes, good. Gakpo, not good enough. You have 5 players on the pitch that maybe won't start for most of the top 4. Basically, that's what I want to say. 4 or 5 players, right? And for Chelsea, I'm not going to talk about Chelsea because we don't have anybody. Lewis Hall, Korea, not good enough. Shalaba was okay. Ariza Balaga, Zia, Galaga. These teams, I'm sorry, both teams. If you tell me from the beginning, these both teams, and I would say, 6 or 7s, 8s, maybe push a little bit for 5th, but not good enough to be even close to the levels that Man United, Newcastle, City, Arsenal play, to be honest. Maybe Spurs, but these 4 teams are levels in terms of their lineups and the way their players play at the moment. I'm not saying Salah 2 years ago. I'm saying Salah this year. This guy,
of course.
I'm Egyptian, by the way, and this guy is dropping a stinker after a stinker every game.
He's
Talking about the lineup, though.
No, in regard, like I said, with the lineup, he's tried to go. It's like I said, he's gone. Let me not be too loyal, so I'm going to go the extreme the other way, which is all right. I'm just going to play players, in different positions, and maybe that becomes a bit more, I don't know, unpredictable. Like I said, Harvey Elliott on the left, Gakpo on the right, and you got Mo up top, and then obviously them two kind of rotate between themselves. I didn't understand it. Like, what was even the benefit there? Like, that whole front three just stank. Like, there was never going to be a time in the game. Yeah, you might have your moments, but there was never going to be a time where I thought, yeah, this works. Put them in the right positions. Do you know what I mean? The midfield three, he had to go with that three. I think even he was under a little bit of pressure because that midfield three played decent against Wolves. Again, it's against Wolves, so I'm not going to get overexcited. FA Cup 3rd round replay. Let's not get over the top about it. But because that midfield three showed him something, he couldn't go with Fabinho, Henderson, or even an Ox, or even a Milner in there. He had to go with that midfield three. So the midfield and defense, that, like, in terms of the lineup, that was all right. I didn't really mind it. Trent.
Why did he drop? Why is he dropping Trent? though? I don't understand. It's not like
apparently he had an issue.
What, another issue? Yeah.
But the thing is, Kaz, we say this, but I'm sure he came on. So I'm just like,
no, but it's just like he came on. If you can come on, clearly it's not that big of an issue.
Exactly, and this is where I think what he's trying to do is almost nullify, because obviously when Mudryk came off, Milner came off. So because you saw after like one run, you just knew, Milner, this ain't gonna be your day, bro. Like, not against Mudryk. Yeah, that can't happen, man. You'll get
I know, I get it. Milner's 38 years old, but that kid is electric, man. You see what he did with his inside the box? I'm thinking, nah, bro.
But
this kid might be a problem,
You see, so even if we're looking at Mudryk and we're looking at a Gakpo, for like, when you look at Mudryk, I don't know how he's gonna do. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. When you watch him play in that little cameo, you can see what he's about. You don't know if he's gonna hit that potential, but you can see it. My issue is Klopp's obviously brought in Gakpo, and everyone's using the excuse of, or Liverpool fans are using the excuse of, he's walked into a team that's not playing well, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. You can still showcase what you can do. And at the moment, I don't know where Gakpo fits into this team at all. Like, are you a left winger? Are you a striker? Can you play on the right? Should you maybe drop in a bit deep? And against Chelsea, I just almost felt like he just didn't really offer me anything. Like, he was just there. Like, it was one of those just ordinary performances where if he wasn't playing, I definitely wouldn't have missed him.
Gee, you done us some big favors. First, you nicked Nunes off us from the summer, and then now I really did not want.
If you want Nunes, you can take him, bro.
No. I really didn't want him. I really didn't want him. As he Gakpo, I was so confident and I was so adamant. I said, I don't want this player. I do not know what anyone sees in this guy. Like, honestly,
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, because Kaz was one of the few people I saw on Twitter who was saying, because I know a lot of Man United fans were like, Nah, man, we don't like Gakpo. Thank God, Liverpool. But I saw your tweets from before. Trust me, I've got them saved. But Kaz was, to be fair, one of the few people who, even throughout the World Cup, I didn't really see you getting too gassed with the performances. But then that's what also made me think, like, what are we seeing in this player that's making us believe that, okay, yeah, this is the guy that we should bring into the team, even just as a backup option. Like when we've got other areas of the pitch that need to be addressed ASAP. But look, against Chelsea, it seemed like we were coming in there as the away team. They were coming in there as the home team. We just didn't want to lose. We did not create enough chances. It was just, we seemed to be solid somewhat defensively, but we can't create now. Before we were conceding chances left, right, and centre, but then we were able to score. So I'm looking at it and I'm just like, Klopp, can you not do both? Is there like something wrong in your makeup that you can't do both, where you can still be solid defensively but be able to create chances? Because at the moment, now we just look horrible going forward. Yes, Nunes came off the bench and that kind of sparked up a little bit. But when Nunes plays, we have to play a different way, meaning we can't play the possession football that he needs us to play. Salah, as you said, Mo, he's dropping stinkers, absolute stinkers for about a year now. So what do we do with him? Like I said, man, it's all a mess. And Liverpool fans, if they were honest with themselves, they would say the same things, but we know how that goes.
You're stuck with Salah for the contract, but let me just ask you the question, and I'll ask the same. Do you think these players need a new manager, a new motivation, a new way of playing football? Because you haven't, like, the revolution is not happening in the club. It looks like same old, same system, but the players are aging, the new players are not great. Do you think you need a new manager in there?
100%. I've said it for ages, and people hate me saying it, and they call you a non-fan for even daring to believe it or even think it in your brain. But it's the same ish, different day. At the end of the day, Klopp's got his ideologies. That's fine. Have them. I don't mind. Every manager needs their own type of ideology, and your ideologies worked once upon a time. Football moves on. Time moves on. Once that happens, if you do not move with that time, there's only so long I can sit here and say, yeah, it's on the owners. It's on the owners. Yeah, let the owners give him a bit more money. Yeah, oh, you know what? If we give Klopp a bit more money. But the money that you have got, you spent it on Nunes and Gakpo. You just heard Kaz just thank me for signing 2 players that they were linked for. That must give you some indication. Come on now, man. When rivals don't even want these guys.
This is why Sir Alex Ferguson is the greatest manager of all time.
Yeah, of course.
Because he recycled teams how many times?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they won a few things, the big player's gone, and you're like, "What? Ruud van Nistelrooy gone." Wayne Rooney. If Alex Ferguson was to have stayed for a little bit longer, Wayne Rooney would have gone a lot earlier. You know. Who else is there, man? Cantona, he just didn't want to sign for another club. There's so many different players. David Beckham, Ronaldo. Times move on, bro.
Roy Keane.
You know, bro, it happens. Yap Stam, bro, done a treble with us.
You're cold.
It didn't matter who played for him, right? It didn't matter if it's Fletcher comes in, Carrick leaves Roy Keane. It doesn't matter.
But Mo, this is the thing, and this is why it's. I'll be honest. You guys see it anyway when you guys go online and you speak to other Liverpool fans. You see the battle that you're even having in the conversation is that with them, it's always, it's got to be the owners. And I'm like, listen, don't get twisted. The owners have got a part to play in this crap that's going on as well.
I'm not having that. I'm not having that. The owners are spending money, G. The owners are spending money.
No. And this is what I was just about to say is that that's why I'm saying, yes, the owners do still have a part to play 100%. There is blood on their hands. But we sit here and act like Klopp is not the guy who plays these players. We're also sitting here like the owners didn't say put Harvey Elliott left wing on Saturday. The owners didn't say put Gakpo right wing. The owners didn't say play such and such at right back. Like the owners didn't say to do any of that. So we can't then keep looking at them when on the pitch, the guy has no clue. And it just seems like after 7 years now, the team, you can call it successful if we're talking about like in this recent period, but as an overall, I feel like any other top team, Klopp might have been gone like time ago in terms of the success he's had in this period of time, but we're comparing it to what we haven't had for the last 30 years. So obviously when you look at it now, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, look, you've done an amazing job. You took us from the floor. We weren't winning anything. You know, we weren't that good of a team. People didn't really respect us. That's fine. You've taken us up to that level. Now I can see that you're not a manager who takes teams to the next level and keeps them there. What you're good at is getting them up to that level. What we need now is someone who can come in, new ideas, a better sustainable way of playing so that players are not getting flipping injured every season because of the style of play that you have. And remember, you're under an ownership, and this is why I say stop blaming the owners so much, is that you're under an ownership that you know they're not going to give you 2, 3, 400 million every year to spend. So you know you need to use the money wisely, bro.
You know what I
Sorry,
don't get, yeah? I don't know if it's your board or it's Klopp, yeah, but clearly the manager has to sanction to say, I want this player, unless it's a board
100.
signing. Yeah, unless it's a board signing.
Hmm.
Like Carvalho, for what you want to play in a 4-3-3, why are you buying a number 10 to play left wing? Don't make sense. See Harvey Elliott, another one. Why are you buying Harvey Elliott? Like, I'm not being funny. He's not, I don't know what he is, but he's not an inside forward. So you're trying to play differently. What's the point of getting him? I get it. Buy a player, loan him out, maybe get some money from him, you know, like maybe it could be one of those things. Another one is Thiago. I get it. He was a cream of the crop kind of stuff, but for what the way let's call it the rock and roll way of playing football. He's not a Klopp type of player
Nope.
from what I
Nope.
can see from the outside. And yeah, you can say, oh, but he was involved with all the quad. Yeah, but what trophy did you win in the quad, bro? That you was meant to get so close to last season. Yeah, like I never got that. Remember when he first came, he played him DM. So remember that one. So a lot of these signings, I don't get them. See, even to a part of Luis Diaz, I can understand he's techie signing, but he's not an inside forward. But I think Luis Diaz is a very good signing. I think he'd be better at a club like ours. I'll be real. That's the type of winger that we play with. Because I just don't get him. Why would you buy a striker like a number 9 when clearly you've been playing with like a Firmino type striker for how long? Why did you not go get another one of those? You know, like you're supposed to have good talent ID. There's Gory down in the French league who's like a false 9, the perfect one. There you go, number 9 done. Who's another false 9 you can go get? There's loads, man. I could probably name 5 of you.
It's because again, when you're winning, no one says anything. So between 2018 and 2020, where we won the Champions League and Premier League, no one's saying anything. No one's going to turn around and say, oh, but look, because you're going to turn around and say, but look, we won the Champions League, but look, we won the Premier League. But then you're looking at that and you're saying, okay, up to that point, I felt like the talent ID in terms of the profile of player that we're signing, not a problem. But as you said, you're buying Carvalho. He didn't even make the squad on Saturday. Hasn't even, like, this season, Klopp doesn't seem to trust him. You signed, as you said, for me, I look at players like Harvey Elliott and I even laugh because you signed Harvey Elliott as a right winger. Forget if he's not an inside forward, whatever you think he is. You signed him as a right winger. You loaned him out as a right winger. Somehow he's playing central midfield. Okay, cool. So you bought Carvalho in, who's a number 10, likes to play behind the striker, kind of in a 2 or in a 4-4-1-1 kind of formation like he did, at Fulham. But he's playing left wing. Okay, cool. You bought Thiago, who, as you said, is more of a deep line playmaker. He's someone who probably would do well actually in a pivot, in a team whereby, he's got 2 other midfielders who can do that rock and roll work, if you like, in that midfield. But he's the link man between like the defense and the midfield, but can also thread an eye of the needle pass into the attack. No problem. Somehow he's come into the team. And why I think fans get so gassed with him is because, bro, he's easily the most technical player we have in the midfield. Like, it's not that hard to outshine Fabinho, Henderson, Curtis Jones. And, it's not hard. Like, so it doesn't impress me when I'm seeing some of these things because ultimately he's going to do that, bro. He's from the school of Barcelona. I expect that. And this is why when I look at some of these players that Klopp has signed post the Premier League, I'm just like, yeah, I can tell with the talent ID, you became naive. You became naive in the way you was thinking. You became naive in your tactical aspects of the game because you thought that these players can continue going for another 3, 4, 5 seasons and it wouldn't matter too much. Hence the reason why you'll probably see it published. Liverpool are the highest or second, I think, highest behind Manchester United in the wage bill because we're giving big contracts to some of these players. These guys are all turning 30 soon.
And
how long do you want to say that again?
And you have a limit cap as well,
man. And we have a limit cap.
And it's mad because Man United's limit cap is going to 300 grand now, I think. That's the top that a player can earn.
Really? You're putting a cap now?
So basically, De Gea is about... So there's a 200 grand cap, but unless you've earned it, there's a 300 grand cap, no higher. So after whoever comes in, it's no higher than that. So that's
already signed the 4-year contract.
So De Gea is apparently a rumor to sign a new contract. So Garnacho is accepted he wanted to sign like 70 grand. Club said, fuck that. They gave him 32 grand and bonuses. You have to work for that contract now. That's the sort of stuff. Like you got your Molasses, he's not even earning more than 100 grand. He's on like the tens of grands or whatever it is. Then do you get what I mean? The Marcus Rashford situation is going to be a bit more techie. Does he deserve it? Do you give it to him because he's already on 200? De Gea has to take a pay cut. Apparently, he's rumored to take 180 a week, so that's half the wage. Ronaldo's off the wage books. Then you got to deal with the problems like Sancho and so forth. in the future. So it might be a thing where it's like, right, like you're gonna have to take a pay cut and use them as bonuses. I don't know. I don't know. Anthony, I don't know what he's on either. I can't imagine he's on big boy wages. That's the whole reason why he got that 80 million, whatever it is, to buy him. So there's weird things, but yet then I'm seeing Liverpool's wage cap. Like you got a wage cap, but you're near enough spending as much wages as Man United out of all people. You know, but
Because
You have a big squad, guys. You guys have a.
I think, but ours is incentivized quite a lot in terms of most of that is going to be just really because of how well we've been doing in these last like 3-4 seasons. That's why ours is so, because we give quite a lot of money for these incentives, i.e. winning the Premier League or finishing whatever second, and that Champions League run, all of these kind of small little things, we're actually paying out of the for it, if I'm looking at. And also, guys, we're still paying players like Oxlade-Chamberlain. Remember, we're still paying for players who barely even feature us, who you might not even remember, like Ox, Keita, all of these kind of guys, like even Milner, who shouldn't even be featuring, Jordan Henderson, who shouldn't even be featuring. We're paying a lot of money for them weekly, and these guys are either too crap, too old, and just shouldn't be here. So that's also a part of the issue, and it's hard to kind of shift some of these players. But like I say, it's for me, when I looked at that game, especially on Saturday, it was just a sad sight, as you said. Like it was like the El Shitico. It was like two fallen dragons, like just it was just a bit mad when I was
like Man United and Arsenal over the years, isn't it? But I'm gonna talk quickly on Chelsea. Yeah, this is where I think things turn around for Chelsea. Like I've been such a believer in Graham Potter more than Chelsea fans. You call me a Graham Potter fan, I am one year. It's like what I saw there is a Chelsea team that's able to press a little bit better. And what I'm seeing is a little bit more belief in the squad. But I'm still seeing some shit performances like Mason Mount, Gallagher. Like they were atrocious. Badiashile clearly is looking like an absolute monster at the moment. You know, they're linked to getting Malo Gusto. Looks like that's going to come over the line. Reece James is coming back. Chilwell's coming back from injury early. Sterling yet to come back in late Feb with Zakaria mid-Feb. They got João Felix coming back at the first game of what's it called? When the games come back and you have to play in the Premier League. So you got your João Felix.
Is it 2?
Yeah, but I think because you got FA Cup and stuff as well along the line.
It counts.
And then you got Mudryk, who's yet to get fit and who's just going to get more fit. And you're thinking like, right, they're going to have João Felix, Sterling, Mudryk, Kovacic is coming back, Zakaria will be back in mid-February. Then you got Reece James and Chilwell come up, which is major boost. It's going to take a while for them to get properly match fit. But you're thinking like, right, like I don't think I would want to be playing Chelsea anytime soon, because once that team comes together a little bit more, you know, and they might even get a centre mid in Caicedo, look like they're running for him. It's like, oh shit, like this is what I expect when they spend nearly 600, 700 million. That's what I kind of expect. But that's what you have to build. Chelsea don't fall off for too long, you know. We can banter them, but you have to banter them within that time because they'll come back. You know what I mean? You ain't got that long.
I think they're gonna sack Potter. That's what I think.
I don't think so. They can't do the same mistake. Think about it, yeah. They just backed Tuchel, yeah. Spent 300 million, right? Or something just close to that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then got rid of him and realized, shit, that's a mistake. Now you just backed your manager, Graham Potter, again. Your João Felix is all of them, and you're going to go sack him?
Yeah,
that makes
I think they're
no
gonna make
sense.
that mistake. I think they're gonna sack him. I think they're gonna go for Luis Enrique or somebody that is on the market.
No. Leave him in the market. I need him there.
Exactly. But I think Toboli is gonna have a meeting with them. I think if the results don't turn around quickly, I think they're not gonna accept that. It's not good enough. And I know what you're talking about backing and all the stuff, but they did it before. And think about
it. They got 2 London derbies coming up. Yeah, they got Fulham, West Ham. And they've also got, other than Dortmund in a thing, they've got Southampton, and then they got Tottenham, and then they got Leeds. If you're gonna tell me there's a statement time to be doing it, it's February for them. You can beat Fulham at home. You can beat West Ham in their current shit show with David Moyes at the moment. Southampton, absolute shit anyways. Tottenham, come on, man. This is Tottenham, bro. Chelsea v Tottenham is always usually quite a good battle.
Imagine if they lose.
Leeds at home. Leeds at home in March. Come on now.
So you see the turnaround. You see them turning it around.
I see them turning around. I see them turning around.
Look at the players. Like, come on, like Kaz just named. Look at the players that they've signed, though. Like these guys and look how many players they have out injured. That's why when I looked at that game on Saturday, I said, "Boy, Chelsea must be sitting there thinking this is calm because."
But they were unlucky to not get that goal. By the way, there was a toe offside. A toe.
Exactly. And they've got 11 or however many players out. Liverpool got like a few guys out, and all of a sudden it's like a complete shit show. If we had that many players injured, I would understand. You know what, guys, come on now. We got almost basically a full team out. These guys have got almost a full 11 out injured. When these guys come back, as Kaz said, bro, you can only banter them for so long because I believe,
Exactly.
especially next season, if Graham Potter stays and he gets it right, yo, that top four for them
It
and
goes to show. It goes to show. It goes to show. Yeah, look, you have to give managers time, man, all the time. You can't just rate them when you ain't even got a signing in. I don't get it. Of course, you can only get the most out of this current select group, but if you can't even get a few signings in where they can make a little bit of a difference, a bit like Ten Hag. Look at what he signed at the start of the season, and he got that one pivotal signing in Casemiro, and then he got Anthony in. It's like, cool, you gave him a couple of his signings now, and he got he already had Martinez, he already had Malacia, don't get me wrong. It's like, cool, that's a couple of my signings. Now wait till you see when he gets a couple more of his signings, you know? A bit like Arteta when he first started off Arsenal. Shit, got rid of a lot, got a lot of his stuff right, you know, a lot of his players in, you know, got the best out of some of the players as well. There you go, give them time. Bro, you can't do this thing because otherwise you're going to keep sacking, spending money,
They did that
You know what I
over
mean?
the years. It's just a culture. But the reason why I'm saying this is that Graham Potter at Brighton created a good system, got the club in a good position. They would never dreamt of being there. And then once he left, you see how they're playing football now. So Graham
Chelsea
Potter,
going to be scary next season. I watch Chelsea going to be scary next season. Watch when they
but
get
he
Nkunku.
always struggled to build
Watch-
something
I forgot
forward
about him.
going on.
No,
Always
yeah,
struggled.
but with Brighton, that's Brighton, bro. Now you got your Nkunku.
Look at how
you got
De Zerbi.
Mudryk.
You are a big fan. You said De Zerbi created a monster
was-
going forward.
No. But I was a big fan of Sassuolo and
Yeah.
De
Yeah.
Zerbi. I love that football. I used to watch it. I used to actually generally see on Bet Victor and all that stuff. You can watch all the games. Bro, I want to make a bet, but I can go watch the games on there for free. I used to just watch Sassuolo, bro. Like honestly, there was a point where they had the Locatelli, the Scamacca, I'm thinking, bro, this team is wicked, man.
Yeah.
Wicked. But look, Brighton and De Zerbi's and Potter's philosophy are not that too different. I'll be so honest.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
he's
that
better
different.
going forward, and this is what
He's better
Chelsea
going
needs.
forward, but
Chelsea are
Potter
good defensively, Cass. They
Yeah,
just
but
need to
Potter
create chances.
Yeah, but Potter's typically a better defensive manager when it comes to defending. His shape's a lot better than there's less gaps than De Zerbi's because De Zerbi's like throwing a kitchen sink. You know what I mean? Like throw the kitchen sink, but play precise football, high concentration football, and it works out at the moment in the Premier League. It looks like he's in favour. But Graham Potter, I'm not about to doubt this man whatsoever.
I
Because
love Graham Potter. I thought he's going to succeed, but I'm not seeing it.
Oh,
I'm
they've
not
got
seeing a
two
plan.
players. They got two players with good feet. You got Sterling, who I think's better on the right, who will play there. And then you got Mudryk. You got Nkunku, whether he's going to play as a 10 or a 9 or a false 9. Yeah. And then maybe they go get a striker for next season. And then they got your Caicedo and whoever it might be, Kovacic or whatever DM, Lavia, whoever they target. And I'm thinking, bro, they got Badiashile. They got probably two of the best fullbacks in England or England's best fullbacks at the moment. Obviously, Shaw's taking that role. And obviously, Reece been injured. Bro, that team is going to be scary next season. And it's going to be an absolute madness, man. Chelsea are not here to compete. They're here to try to take over.
We'll
see.
We said the same about Tuchel when they got Lukaku. We said
but everyone saw with Lukaku. It wasn't Tuchel signing, and everyone's like, I'm not scared of Lukaku, bro. Like, what's this signing? Like, that's a weird one. He wanted Haaland. Do you know what I mean? So
there you go.
There you go.
And you got to understand my Graham Potter at Brighton. Remember, at Brighton, you can go there, make your mistakes. No one's watching Brighton when they're losing 3 games in a row. No one's gonna get onto you. You do that at Chelsea, that's a whole different ball game now. Everyone's watching you. Everyone's saying, "Hold on, you guys haven't scored. You're not creating chances. You've lost 3 games. What's going on?" Blah blah.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, man.
That's exactly how I'm thinking. I want to move to Man City a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Man City. I was just going to ask a question. Cass, do you think Man United will sign anybody? No, unless it's a free loan. We are broke when you're going through sales, and it's probably the same thing with Liverpool at the moment. When your club's in a process of getting sold, nothing's allowed to be sanctioned unless it's within whatever budget you got left. Good luck getting something. Look. It's going to be tight, man. And this is reality. This is Man United squad to the end of the season. And maybe that might be good for someone like, pardon me, Kobe Mino. He might get a bit more game time now. And I like that youngster. He's going to be something special. Now, that's a DM. Not a centre mid, that's a DM. I'm hoping he gets some more minutes. You'll probably see him against Reading. I don't think Scott McTominay is going to get the nod ahead anymore, man. After that performance, I think, see Ten Hag, I want him to be brutal again. It's like, nah, bro.
He's a brutal manager.
You're brutal, man. You're going to have to hold that.
Before we move to City, super chat from Keenan here is saying Chelsea have the best squad depth in the Prem. Now, Bowley signed some of the best young talent in world football. They have to turn it around. That's exactly my point. If he doesn't turn it around, he's going to look somewhere else, Todd Bowley. He's going to say, you haven't. I know you guys are saying he's going to get a chance and stuff. I think the chance will run out at the end of the season if they don't turn it around in terms of performances, because we know that they're not going to finish in the top 4, but at least they need to get results. As Cass said, they have London derbies, they need to win. They need to show signs. That's what I'm waiting for. So thank you, Keenan, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Good point right there. Man City, though.
Mhm.
Are you gonna stop talking shit on Jack Grealish?
No.
Wow.
I'm gonna say one
Wow,
thing.
man.
I'm gonna say
You can't even give him props. I can't believe it, man. Because you keep thinking about price tag and then you're rating that. I'm like,
I
bruv,
do.
like,
I do. I'm one of the guys that think that your price tag comes with pressure.
yeah, but every game you're going on like every game he's playing shit because of his price
No,
tag. It's
he's
like,
not
bro,
playing shit. He's not just living. I'm not
no,
saying
but
playing
he's
shit
actually
now
playing really
because
good.
that's
He's been playing.
correct.
You know what's mad, yeah? You know what's mad? Sorry, Mo. He's been playing good ever since that Wolves game they had at Wolves at the Molineux. He's been playing good since then, and you haven't given him a single bit of credit.
So he's been okay. He's been okay. Riyad Mahrez has
I
been.
think he's doing the job. I think he's doing the job.
Hey,
We-
he's come off the bench
we want to see
twice.
job.
we want to see goal, obviously, because that's what we look at when we see wingers, inside forward, whatever you want to call him. But I feel like he's doing the job that Pep is actually asking him to do, and I don't think that's always going to consist of I need you to score. It's just more I need you to affect the game in some way, shape, or form. So whether that is bringing the ball forward with his dribbles, getting a foul, just putting the ball into the danger area, just being that second man run, like whatever that is, I feel like he's doing that though. So I hear it. Yes, he's not maybe scoring as much or assisting as much, but I feel like Pep's asking him to do something, and he's doing it absolutely fine. And City don't look like they're
we
too bad
know
now.
Pep, what is Pep asking him. That's exactly what we know. We don't see Pep every game now taking him to the side to give him something. I know he does this with a lot of players, but I see that every game now. But anyway, I want to talk about something else. Erling Haaland yesterday, a hat-trick.
No, I want you to say something on Jack Grealish. It's like, yo,
Jack Grealish,
it's
and
like,
for
yo,
me,
you
Jack
know what? You can't
Grealish-
talk about Jack
oh
Grealish.
my
Let's talk about how shit Bernardo
God.
Silva or Kevin De Bruyne's been, or because they ain't been as good as Grealish. Don't get me wrong, like, but they've
Did
been
you see?
fine. But
Did you
what
see
now?
the assist for De Bruyne yesterday?
I've seen De Bruyne.
Did you see
I've
that?
seen that
You know-
10 times this season.
Exactly.
Bro. You get it.
Thank
you cross
you.
it in and Haaland header.
Thank you. Have you
That's
seen
it.
that from Grealish?
Yeah, but
Did
yeah,
you see
but
Riyad
you're
Mahrez
talking about the
winning the games by himself
But then the
against
assist
Spurs?
against Chelsea. What about the
hold
assist
on,
against Chelsea?
Yeah,
that he did?
wait, hold on,
Did you see Riyad Mahrez
No,
winning the game against
Did
Spurs
you
by
even
himself
watch?
in the second
Did you
half?
watch the game? Did you watch the game?
I
Okay,
did
you
a
talk
watch
about Spurs.
along.
Okay, Jack Grealish came on and actually gave a lift against Man United and scored the first goal.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
he came.
it was-
He came on against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and he got the
Yeah.
assist as soon as he came off the bench. So yesterday at Wolves, he absolutely tore them to shit. Yeah, and so did Riyad
Him
Mahrez.
playing on
But you
Semedo,
want to talk about an assist? Okay, we want to talk about an assist then. Cool. Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes back 2 years ago. Got an assist, but did he have a great game?
No, but let me just tell you.
No. Okay then. But you
So let me
can't do
finish
this
then.
thing though, Mo, man. You
Let me
can't.
finish.
You don't let me finish.
I think that Jack Grealish is not the type of winger that Man City is like the Riyad Mahrez, the Bernardo Silva who used to play in the wing, the Foden. Like Foden plays on the wing, gets goals. Riyad Mahrez plays on the wing, leads the game from there. I think Jack Grealish is a good player, carries the ball, draws fouls, passes okay, but I don't think he is the guy for Man City. I think they can do better. I think if you rank their wingers, he comes third or fourth. You can.
Yeah, that's
I
a
think-
good squad option.
Exactly. So Jack Grealish is there. Name me a word like someone that was below Jack Grealish in terms of a winger at Man City.
What do you mean below?
Like
What do you mean? So
it's Riyad Mahrez first. Foden, is he better
Yeah.
than Jack Grealish or no? I think
On the
he's
wing,
better.
it
on
depends
the
on your
wing,
assessment.
I prefer Mahrez on the wing to Jack Grealish. I prefer Foden on the wing. I was going to say Bernardo Silva, but I feel like what Jack Grealish does bring you might be a bit better than what a Bernardo might bring you on that wing. I feel like Bernardo's kind of better in the middle where he's been given a bit more of a free role where he's the guy who can create, but is also a bit of a terrier in the middle. So I would say those two are level in my
If
eyes.
anything,
But that's
if
what I'm
anything,
saying, guys. I swear, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I think he plays Man United, he might be a superstar. He plays Liverpool, might be a superstar. Plays Chelsea, might be a superstar. The problem is Man City team is so good that if you don't play to their level, you stand out as one of
Okay,
the. Not
okay.
the
Yeah, but
you
you
know
don't
what
need all the-
you
you
know
don't
my
need all the
point.
goals, though.
It's an easy thing. You know what I mean? Like Man United, Jadon Sancho. When Man United turned the corner and they started playing well, Jadon Sancho didn't cut it for anybody. That's my point. Jack Grealish, he is doing. You said it. Jack Grealish, he did the job. Thank you. That's exactly the statement. But can you say the same about Riyad Mahrez? No. Can you say the same about Raheem Sterling in the last 2 years? No, you can't. Phil Foden, when he plays on the wing, they stand out. That's my point. He doesn't. I mean, he might be a brilliant player. He doesn't stand out. Marcus Rashford yesterday stood out first right away. That's what I'm talking about. He doesn't stand out. Absolutely.
Do you need him
Man City.
Why do you need him to?
Yeah,
because Man City wingers all the time.
Is on how many goals this season? How many? So with Haaland, let's talk about Haaland. Yeah, look, you might give up the ball possession a little bit more because you don't have that false nine to do that kind of stuff. But then look what Haaland's doing. He's compensating for many goals. He's got already equaled the Golden Boot winner of last season's tally in half a season, bro. So you don't need all them goals from Jack Grealish because he's just there to win fouls. And to be fair, that's a lot of balls into the area, you know,
that's a joke,
Haaland.
Right, Cass? That's a joke.
No, to be fair.
You just said he's there to win fouls. That's a joke or that's
No,
like,
but he's there to get
serious?
okay, Jack Grealish is there to win the ball up the pitch because if you're going to drop possession and you're going to lose that with a proper number 9 like Haaland, then cool. How do I get myself further up the pitch if we're going to, you know, we're going to have possession but not as much? Jack Grealish puts you up the pitch. What's really been missing, what's really been putting pressure on Jack Grealish is that the fact that Riyad Mahrez throughout the season hasn't been firing. And now he's firing now. And if he was firing like he has been in earlier the season, then all that pressure of Jack Grealish would come off. Because he's not known to be a goal scorer. He's going to win you fouls up at the pitch, get tackled. And where do you want Erling Haaland? He's one of the best in the air, bro. He's one of the best in the air and he's dangerous. He's strong. Do you know what I mean? He can thread a through ball in. So you got your creator, you got your inside forward or inside winger, if you want to call Mahrez there. And then you got your number 9 absolute tank of a. And to be fair, if anything's been letting the team down, it's not Jack Grealish. It's actually probably Man City's midfield.
He's
and
not
probably
letting
Mahrez,
the team down. I think he's not good enough for Man City. Keenan is saying,
he is.
Super chat.
He is. To City standards, in my opinion, the
He is.
midfield has not been as crisp as he has. Look, Gundogan has dropped a level. Bernardo Silva is on the bench, dropped a level. Foden, whatever's going on at the moment, is not. He started off very good, dropped a little level. Yeah, but Kevin De Bruyne is Kevin De Bruyne, and we set him at that standard. Hasn't been the Kevin De Bruyne that we all know, but he has got that delivery still, and he has got many assists. Do you get where I'm coming from? And they've had injuries. Remember, what do we know City for? They're fullbacks. They've had many injuries of fullbacks, and Cancelo's off form, and they've been playing with their 5th choice centre back all season. Akanji.
Even look at the way they're playing now. They're not even playing really even with fullbacks. I see them with like 3 at the back with like the 2 in midfield and then almost like the 4 to /5 in attack. Like they've kind of stopped, as Kaz said, it's a whole different ball game because you've got a Haaland. But this is why I say to people, I don't get this drop off. Like to me, I'm just looking at it. They're playing more or less the same football that they have been playing. It's just the focus in the team is now different. Before they would have to pro because they had no out and out goal scorer in the team. So now it's just that unpredictability.
I think the guy threw a bit of a. I think the guy threw a bit of a transition at the moment.
Exactly. Transition.
The super chat. Thank you, Keenan, again for the super chat. Grealish has been elite ball carrying this season. Has had elite. Absolutely, yes. They paid 100 million to get fouls and someone to carry the ball. That's exactly what they did. But anyway, long story short, Jack Grealish is. I'm not hating with Jack Grealish because I'm. To be honest, I just say what I think. This Man City, I know they have a focal point now. Erling Haaland, absolutely phenomenal. 25 goals. Everybody is trying to get the ball to him to score, and he's doing his job. Maybe Jack Grealish will contribute some goals and assists within this season. I want to see the points. But when Arsenal signed Jesus, everybody said we want 20 GA this year for us to consider you a good signing. But I'm not seeing the same energy for Jack Grealish, even though Saka and Martinelli are scoring goals. But anyway, the energy changed when it comes to
if we want to talk about Saka, then Saka scored 3. I get it, Saka's been Saka, right? But then Saka's also scored like 3-4 penalty goals. And then if you want to talk it to statistics as you like doing, Mo, rather than the performance itself, then let's do that then.
I'm actually not. I never talk about statistics.
Then.
I'm talking.
You know,
I'm
you
talking
do
about
though.
Riyad Mahrez.
You do though. You've done
I'm
it before.
talking about
Riyad.
Riyad. You are talking statistics. You're saying distant covered and
you
all this
always
stuff.
do it for 100 million pound player. He needs to be scoring this amount of goals.
Jack Grealish on the eye gets the ball too slow. That's what I mean.
Nah, man.
He's too slow on the ball.
On you, Mo,
He's
man.
slow
You've done
down
it
on
to
the ball.
Daps. Daps can back me up on that, man.
Anyway, Daps wouldn't like it. But anyway, let me talk about something else. Are they really focused on the Champions League and they're not going to focus on the league? Or do we think they're going to go on a run? Because Pep Guardiola already said that. We won the league many times. We won the FA Cup many times. We won the Cups many times. We won domestics. Do you think the target is only the Champions League? Or are they going to try to push the Premier League as much? No, you don't believe that.
Pep's a serial winner, bro. He will make it mind games that thinking it's just the Champions League. He'll probably put in his players' heads that it's just Champions League, and they're thinking like, okay, what about the league? He's trying to provide hunger within his words, like probably like subliminal messages to tell, like I want both. I need this. But I can tell though he definitely wants that Champions League. He needs to leave Man City in the next 2. So he's leaving in the next 2 seasons?
2 seasons.
Yeah.
Like, so not obviously not this season, not next season, not next season. No, basically like 2.5 seasons.
I think it's 2026. I want to say.
Something
I
like
thought he
that.
signed two more years,
If
24 and
I'm not being
25,
funny,
no?
I'm not being funny. Look, City probably will never be the same after Pep. Like they won't win as much, but they'll still be up there. Of course they will, because Pep is Pep. He's the best manager in the world, isn't it? And it'll be hard to emulate what he's done, the success at City at the moment. So that's that. And it's like, what does he leave with? Many leagues? Where about the Champions League? You know, he needs to be known that he can go there, spend all this money that he has, rightfully so he has as well, and then win your Champions League. Because then he's like, bro, but he won the Champions League with a club that's never won it before. He built this club up to be where it is. You get what I mean? Like, he put them on a pedestal, basically. That's all it is, man. And I don't know where Pep will end up next. I really don't.
Yeah, but do we think, yesterday I was hearing the radio on BBC that people still think that City can go on a 10, 15 games winning streak and stuff and push Arsenal. They can win the 2 games against Arsenal. Do you guys see the same City, the ruthless City? I know that yesterday the scoreline was 3-0, but I thought they struggled a little bit the first half to create enough chances. Though they had 90% of the ball, but I think Haaland provides the unpredictability, but sometimes, as Cass says, the midfield is too predictable sometimes. And I'm not sure if I see City winning 10 games in a row.
Let's wait and see, man. Like I said, this is still City that we're talking about, the best team in England. So, yes, Arsenal obviously performing the best this season, but City are still out and out the best team, in the country, and probably one of, if not the best team in Europe. So I feel like we're almost doing them a disservice by when we talk about, but because they're 5 points behind, like, guys, this is supposed to be a drop-off, and they are still doing more or less what they have been doing. They are a second half of the season team anyway. They're not really a team that in the first, weren't they sitting 13th or something like that, like last season or the season before? And look what they were able to do. They came and won the league. So to sit here and say, it's a case of, can they go? Yes, I believe they could easily go on another 10-game winning run, and you won't even blink before you've even seen that they're now 2 points ahead. Then what we're going to be saying? Then we're going to be saying, well, this is just the same old City. Arsenal are bottlers. And I'll say, no, Arsenal were never bottlers. You just came up against a team who know what to do in these kind of situations. We came up against a team who know what it's like to win the Premier League back to back kind of thing. So I think, as Kaz said, it is subliminal messages. I think he wants to win everything if he possibly can. Obviously, the Champions League more so. But if he can obviously win that Premier League, and he needs to tell these players as well, listen, players like Rico Lewis, who've never won anything with Manchester City, if you play well, then you're going to play. Players like Kyle Walker, if you're not going to be putting in the effort, you're going to need to hit the bench. Kevin De Bruyne, you're going to need to hit the bench because you might have been stinky a couple of games. Bernardo, Foden, all of these guys need to understand that you can't just always play because you're one of the best teams out there. They need to kind of mix and match it. And I think he's trying to find the solutions within the team to say, hey, maybe there is a game or 2 you need to miss out on. So
yeah, man. One last segment before we wrap it up as well. Like the last 5 minutes, not even that, man. Frank Lampard got sacked just a minute. About an hour ago. He got sacked.
Oh snap!
So he's got
why
sacked.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Can I see Everton going to get Steven Gerrard? Yes, I can.
No.
No.
Gerrard would never go. Gerrard would never go. He would never go. He would never go.
I know he would never go, but I guarantee they'll try to tempt it. They don't have Rafa Benitez. But I mean, I don't know who's going to come in for Everton, but they need someone. If I was
David Moyes.
No, that could happen. But no, it's true.
Well, I reckon that could happen. Yet.
He's not sacked yet, and they need
he's
the manager
not
now.
Sacked yet, and they just won against Everton. Do you think they're gonna sack him now?
I think Everton can entice David Moyes enough to help them, and I genuinely believe that West Ham do want a new manager to take them in a new direction, because right now they're just stale. They're boring. Like, they were fighting for honours, and he spoke about it in his press conferences and saying, I was the manager who got them up to this position and that position. I was like, yeah, that's good. I mean, that's cute, but
I wouldn't do it.
A couple of people in the comments saying Sean Dyche just to save them this year. No, I think that's a good shout. Just to save, and then you start over in the summer to see who's in the market.
Yeah, no? Sean Dyche is actually not a bad shout, But I like Sean Dyche, and we yet to see what he can do with a better team. Like, you know what I mean? But if I'm them, I'm going after Marco Silva from Fulham. I'm sorry, I'll be like,
nah, man. Silva has to stay. I don't want him to go there.
Did he not manage them before as well?
Yeah, he did, and he got sacked.
Reunion. Yeah, I know reunion kind of talks, but it's just, I swear they had new owners by then. But there's got to be someone out there, maybe even Hassan who maybe might be good fix for them. I don't know, but David Moyes, look, try get with the times, man. Try get with the times. Like they got your Anthony Gordon, you still got Dwight McNeil, you got Calvert Lewin, you got Iwobi's all right.
Amari Gray.
They got Onana. They've actually got a
yeah.
decent solid back four as well. When you think about it, they just need a new right back, maybe. They maybe new left back. You know, like a couple additions. But they really need someone that's going to come in and steady this shit, man, because there is a shit show there. They are
in a real trouble, Cass. You said it yesterday, I think. We said it when we talked, like, they are in a real trouble to get relegated. Some people don't want to believe that Everton might get relegated. They might.
I think they deserve to get relegated, man.
I would love it.
They skipped last season in the last, like, 2 games, and I think they are playing atrocious football. And they deserve to get relegated. They're one of
maybe Duncan Ferguson might be able to come back, because when he first started with them, like they started getting results and good results, and he just stepped down. Maybe he's gonna have a second crack at the whip, but okay, maybe it's time to shine there. Maybe, I don't know. But they might have a bounce back versus Arsenal, because that's their next game in the Premier League at Everton.
The squad itself, the team itself. If you look at the names, they are a top half of the table team.
Easy, man.
Easy.
At Goodison Park should never be easy, bro. When you got Onana defensive, you know what it is with Lampard, in all these teams that I've seen, it's just not enough going on. They don't know what to do on the pitch, and the shape is always off. You know, when they played against Man United, we absolutely cracked their shape differently, because they didn't know who was.
Trudon is saying Oli. What about Oli?
No, bro.
No,
Ollie's a shite manager.
You know what? You say no, yeah?
No. This is Everton we're talking about, and we're talking about Everton that needs to be getting up there. Ollie's not going to do you that, bro. He might do you a decent job favor or something, but no, they need a proper manager, bro.
Like someone Rooney? Do you want to say Wayne Rooney? No.
It could be a thing, man. It could be a thing, but
because I look at Wayne Rooney the same way I look at like a Lampard. Like as Kaz, you just said it right there. These guys are tactically dumb. Like I don't want these guys.
I don't know what Wayne Rooney's like, because he done a decent. You know, I'll be after. You know what I do? See Middlesbrough, see Michael Carrick as well. Like some of them managers them down there. Someone that's a bit modern. I'll be going.
But look at that. Okay, look at the difference between Michael Carrick.
Vincent Kompany.
Exactly. These are good tactical managers that we're seeing in the Championship. When I looked at Wayne Rooney when he was at Derby, I'm not saying they were poor, because they played decent enough, but I just felt like that's his level. I'm like, all right, you can stay there. That's kind of your level. Lampard, I've always said your level was a Derby. Anything higher than that, you're getting it because your name is Frank Lampard. Like Sean Dyche for me would be the smartest move. Get a guy who knows what it's like to be down there at the bottom. Just get you out, because you just need to get out of this trouble, and then we can move forward.
Yeah, they got the sort of players that Sean Dyche would like as well. You got your Onanas, you got your Calvert Lewin, Mopay that can maybe, or whoever you're gonna put there. You got your Dwight.
That's a better team than Burnley's team.
If Sean Dyche goes there and saves them, he's gonna be the Allardyce of this era. If Sean Dyche goes there and saves them, he's gonna be the Allardyce of this era.
We might see a different. We might see a Sean Dyche that can evolve and not play the football. Because remember, look how much limited funds. I remember in one summer they spent 500,000 at Burnley in a summer.
Yeah,
that's mad.
That's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. Today we've done more than an hour, and we talked about a lot about Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, and I think Man United are gonna bounce back. And I think there's a chance of them reaching the final. I think the big chance, you're playing Nottingham Forest on Wednesday, and I think you're gonna get the job done. Face Newcastle in the final. It's gonna be an epic final.
It's 2 legs, by the way.
I know.
It's 2 legs.
Yeah. You know, after you told me, I went and checked it, and I saw that you're playing home and away, and that's 2 more games in the calendar that you don't need. Probably 2 more games in the calendar that you don't need. But anyway, it is what it is. Listen, people. Thank you so much, G. Thank you so much. Plug in anything, your channel. Plug in your channel if you want. Let the people where to find you, please.
Guys, GTV, man. Catch me on there, or catch me on the Jerry James show, man. Those are the 2 channels you'll find me on. Hopefully back here as well. Never a foul as well, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, it was a pleasure having you, man. A good football chat with you, and always the Chronicles is about just football chat. But people, tomorrow there is a new version of the Rivals tomorrow. Rivals, not Virals.
It's not a new version. It's the same thing, but we're just adding to it now.
It's a Tuesday. So if you love banter, if you love the shit talk, if you love everything between these guys, make sure to... The notification button needs to be on so you know when we go live. And thank you so much, everybody. Cass, as always, thank you, G, for being here with me. And it was absolutely pleasure to talk with you too. Thank you everybody in the chat. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't already, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Salute from us.